coloring page finally. I decided it's time to get back to coloring. So I chose this very cute, mystical, magical little froggy terrarium illustration from southernlotus.com. Not sponsored. But I just thought it was so cute, and it's very like autumnal, kind of Halloweenish. I don't know. It's just magical, and I feel like it's the perfect time to do this. So let's do a little Q&A. Frogs or toads? Oh my goodness. Okay. Anywho, we are all set. So I was thinking that since it's so magical and glowy, I just wanted to make the mushrooms and maybe the flowers kind of like bioluminescent and then do like highlights everywhere. So I'm just gonna get started with the highlights. I want to make these pink flowers, and then we can do maybe like blue mushrooms, kind of like pink and blue highlights. I feel it would be pretty. So we're gonna start with carnation pink, going right along where there would be a highlight showing on the little froggy, on the arm there, on the leg, maybe a bit on the face more, on the little headphone part, and then on the tree trunk stump. Maybe a bit there. And then for the blue, let's find, how about this one, robin's egg blue. And just doing the same thing, making highlights with the blue along the side of the frog, along the tree stump, I think that's very cute. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with the robin's egg blue. I think I'm gonna make the spots, like the glowing part, and then I'll make the base of the mushroom, I guess, slightly darker. By the way, I did just post a new video today because it is the start of spooky season. Hello, Elena, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're all having a good morning or afternoon or night. And happy spooky season. I think I'll make the underside of the mushroom that same blue as well. And then I think I'll make that a different color since those look like different mushrooms. I feel like a little pop of orange would look really cute. Let's just take like a neon kind of orange. This is Atomic Tangerine. Doing the same thing, just coloring all of those spots. Then the underside. What world? This one is very chalky and crumbly. And then I will also go along the lines there as well. Okay, now for the pink flowers, going back to carnation pink, I'm just gonna go right along the lines, kind of outlining each petal. Then I'll probably go in with like more of a hot pink to fill in the petal. And I am excited to color the exterior of this as well, because I really want to make those stars look like they're glowing. And I'm just ready to color. It's been a while, so I apologize for the lack of coloring streams. However, we did start a brand new gaming series. Fridays I like to stream some games, online games, and this past Friday we started one of my all-time favorite games, Papa's Hot Doggeria. It's a classic for sure. I'm also going to add a bit of that atomic tangerine to kind of add more highlights there. Not too much, but just a little something. It's very chalky, as you can see. Hello, Val. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Very cute. Okay, I'm liking this. Add a bit more to the eye. And then let's choose a nice hot pink. This one is catching my eye. This is hot magenta. Perfect. And I'm just going to go in and fill in all of those petals. Yes, this is a frog. Oh, you're saying frogs or toads? Yes. I don't know if I have a favorite. I just love all little amphibians. Oh, actually, uno momento, I should be showing off my frog and toad little painting. I don't know how I'm gonna get this in frame, so let's try. Okay, frog and toad, painted by yours truly with watercolor. And I actually did make an entire video on this if you are interested in watching that. Is that gonna stay? Let's see. You can barely see it. Okay, that's fine. I'll get rid of this little froggy. We don't have room. Okay. Anywho, going back to hot magenta. But I think frogs are one of my all-time favorite animals, aside from horses. I am a horse girl. But this painting I did just over a year ago. I think it was April of last year. But I did make an entire video on that. That's like my first and only painting video. I definitely want to make more. But that was so fun to do. And I created that entire little scene on my own. And it was just very fun. And I don't really paint with watercolor that often, so it was nice to try something a bit different. Okay, let's do a bit of a deeper orange. What if we did scarlet? It's a very pretty orange for this mushroom right here. That is such a saturated color, especially compared to the other orange we were using. But that's to be expected when using pastels or more neon colors, because the pigment isn't as strong. There's no toad in this. Just, well, I mean, it could be a toad. I don't know. But we have frog and toad right there. And then a frog and a toad right here. And I've been seeing so many little froggies outside, especially now that it's cooling down and the weather's becoming more damp and humid. Perfect for little froggies. And toads, of course. Okay, and I think I'll do the same for the stem of the mushroom. Actually, I don't like that, but I gotta do the entire thing, and I'll try to go over that with maybe a yellow. Let's see. I'm gonna try to mix in Laser Lemon. What a name. Let's see if this does anything. It kind of lightens it. Ish. Okay. Alrighty, now for these guys here, let's choose a bit of a darker blue. I feel like I always do the same types of blues, so let's do something different, like cornflower. Obviously, I haven't used this shade a lot, but just going in. Oh, that's perfect. That's really pretty together. Just going in and filling in all the empty spaces. And I kind of like the stem to be white, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see how that looks at the end. Who knows? And then I guess another thing that I can highlight with the pinks and blues is the grass and everything. So I'm going to take Robin's Egg blue, that same blue I've been using to do the highlights, and just kind of add a little bit to the grass there. Now I've been debating on what to do with the glass itself, if I should also kind of mix in a bit of blue. Maybe I will, just along the side, and kind of ombre that out. Can I stop whispering? It's annoying. Well, Michael, no, I'm not going to do that because it's my live, and also I'm not whispering. This is whispering. But anywho, I think it's annoying when people go to your live and they tell you what to do, but that's just me. And then I'm gonna go back in with Carnation Pink, doing the same thing. I have an attitude? Michael, please, this is my channel, bud. Sounds like you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Anywho, just adding more highlights into the grass and everything. And a little bit more along the side. I think that looks really cute. Okay. Next, I think we should just color in the frog. Alrighty. Let's do... Michael, do you really think a frog listens to headphones either? And that ferns and flowers grow out? None of this is real. Okay. Going in with olive green. Just kind of blending that in with all of the highlights that I added. Is there anything else that I'm doing wrong, Michael? Or is that it? This is so cute. And I think for the headphones, I'm gonna make purple maybe feel like that'd be cute. Okay, tell me you weren't listening without telling me you weren't listening. I said none of this makes sense. Like, no shit. Frogs don't wear headphones either. I think a little pop of blush would be cute. Frogs don't blush either. You gonna comment about that? Okay, that's so cute. All right, let's choose a purple. Let me just make fun of it. Well, that's an odd way to go about life. Okay, let's do a little bit of royal purple. Then I think I'll add that same hot magenta to the heart on the side. And then I'll probably do a bit of a lighter purple for the side of the headphone. No, that isn't odd. It's called having a hobby, and it sounds like you don't have one. Why are you still here? Okay, I'm gonna do orchid. And then let's work on the stump of the tree. Let's do this brown here, which is raw sienna. Just going in pretty lightly, and then I'll probably add a bit of a darker brown to do shadows. Looking very cute. Okay, let's do a bit of a darker brown. And it appears like Michael has left, so that's wonderful. Just do a bit of a darker sepia. That's the shade I'm using now. Alrighty. I do want to add something underneath there. Maybe if we do almost like a terracotta color. Let's see. Let's see. This is bittersweet. Alrighty, now I'm going to color the stems of the flower. Let's do forest green. This is looking so cute. Okay, I think I'm also going to add a bit of highlights on the plants on the exterior, at least like the petals here, just a little bit to kind of help with the illusion. And let's do a little bit here. And then for the blue, going back to Robin's Egg Blue, just adding the same kind of highlights and everything. Oh my god, you're still here? Not you trying to be like funny now. Okay. Anywho. Adding a bit more down there. And then taking that more neon atomic tangerine, doing a bit along the side there. Oh my god, you're actually so annoying. Sorry, I'm whispering. Isn't that annoying to you? I'm just gonna blend that in to kind of ombre together. Alrighty, I think I'm going to do, let's choose another purple. For the back here, let's do a nice deep purple. Maybe you could do like a bit of an ombre. Let's start out with indigo. Oh, that's perfect. And then just applying less pressure so that I can blend in the next shade of purple. This is no shade. I don't know where. Oh my god. Bro doesn't know when to give up, huh? Anywho, this is more of a warmer purple. I'm just gonna blend that down. Oh my god. Anyone else, feel free to comment. You, misogynist, pushing religion, borderline harassment. What else are you gonna do today, Michael? Oh my god. Like, of course your name is Michael, too. If it hasn't been obvious, Michael, I don't agree with what you're saying. And, like, I don't know why you're still here. This is obviously not the channel for you. But if you wanted your little moment of clout and a shout out, then you got it. Oh my god. Y'all feel free to report Michael, because this is really annoying, and I told him to go away many times. But it's not a joke. If I have expressed that I don't find it funny and I told you to stop, it's not a joke. This is harassment. Get a life. But I mean, congrats for getting reception from your mother's basement, I guess? I don't know. Oh my god, he's still here. This is very odd. Let's do silver. Where's silver? Alrighty, I'm gonna do the cork in raw sienna. And then going in with silver. And because that looks rather two-dimensional, I'm going to go in with cornflower just along the lines there, give it some more color and depth. And then around the exterior too. And then for the cork, I'm going to actually go in with a bit of purple along the border. And I'm going to go back in with the silver to try and blend that out a bit. Alrighty. I think I should just do the grass now. I'm actually going to go in with that purple once again and just do a little bit of shadows around the tree. Okay, let's pick out a darker green. Let's try a bit of pine green. Then add a bit more of that hot magenta just to bring back some of the pink tones over here. Alrighty. I think next I'm just going to color in these stars with the laser lemon. Let's get rid of all of these little bits and pieces of crayon. Forgot to get rid of my pencil marking. And then I think I'm also going to add yellow highlights, as if the stars are reflecting on it. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that kind and genuine comment. I'm adding a bit on this one as well. I think for these larger flowers on the outside, I'm going to make them orange, just to kind of bring out more of the orange from the mushroom. So let's go in with that same scarlet color, just very lightly towards the inside so we can kind of ombre that out. Hello, hello. Welcome. And then the same for this flower here. There's cat hair on my crayon. And then I think I'll choose a different orange. I don't quite like the neon. Like, it's fine for the mushroom, but I want something a little different for the flowers. I'm going to quickly do a swatch on the back. So this is the scarlet that we were using before. How does this look with it? That's honestly perfect, which is red orange. My cat's name is Olive. She's a beautiful black cat. So I named her Olive as if she was a black olive. And placing those highlights down before really helps them to pop through the orange. And then same with the blues on this side. And then over here as well. Well, I hope you are able to fulfill your dream and get a cat one day, hopefully soon. Cats are so amazing and wonderful, and they have such a beautiful impact on your life. Do you have like a cat preference? Like, would you want like one of those silly little orange cats that have so much energy, or just any cat in general? And I'm going to add a bit more of that hot magenta just to bring out the pinks on the side. Very pretty. And then let's move on to the ferns there. I'm thinking maybe this green, just green. I've actually have never had a pet cat before. I've lived in a dog household my whole life, but they just seem so sweet. Oh, well, I'm glad you are surrounded by dogs. I wish I was. But yes, cats are one of the sweetest creatures. So sweet. And look at all the yellow and pink popping through. So pretty. And then same down here. I'll probably add a bit of that pine green as well, so that this isn't looking too flat. I think I like all cats, to be honest. I know they're all different in their own ways. That is for sure. This is the first ever black cat that I've owned. Prior to this, we had a gray cat, and with gray cats, I've always heard that they were like the most chill, like regal type of cat, and honestly, with that cat we had previously, I would very much agree. Black cats, I mean, they're very, I guess, stereotypical to be like a spooky, scaredy cat. And I would also agree with that. I mean, my cat Olive, the black cat, she can definitely be tame. She's a sweet little baby, but she is very much a scaredy cat as well. So it's just funny to notice all those differences with different types of cats. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with pine green just to deepen up some of these leaves that are closer. There may be ones that are like overlapping. And then same over here. Alrighty, I'm liking this. Okay, I think for the actual jar itself, I want to do another blue, but let's see. I like to just swatch it on the back before I apply it, because sometimes like it looks like it's one color and then you're like, oh. So I think I will do that, but I'm going to make those highlights pop a bit more before I do. So going back in with Atomic Tangerine, I just made it look like it was kind of reflecting off of those flowers and everything. So just really applying a lot of pressure to make the color pop. Then going in with Carnation Pink to do the same thing, blending that up into the orange. Kind of bringing it around the side here. Let's do a bit more. And then with Robin's Egg Blue, gonna do the same thing. And because this is a Gel Effects crayon, these were not originally in that pack. I don't know where they came from, but they are the most pigmented crayon. So I'm going to go very lightly with the pressure with this one. Like I'm barely even pressing, and look at all that pigment. Just going very lightly. Then I might go in with a bit of a purple to kind of blend those two together. And then we can fill the entire underside of this with the blue. Yes, this, the Robin's Egg Blue, it's one of my favorite colors to use. It's so beautiful, and it adds such a unique pop of blue. And And just bringing that up along the side here. Trying to go lightly there. And I'm going to go back in with those other colors and just blend that all together. Then going back with Carnation Pink, blending that down. And I will add some purple in there as well. Let's do a bit of a lighter purple, probably this one here, which is Wisteria. Just going right in between the blue and the pink, just to kind of blend that together. And then blend that down here. Then for the orange, it's kind of awkward, but I feel like if I just keep blending it in, it will hopefully be okay. And it is perfect. I didn't know if it was going to be a muddy, gross color, but they blend pretty nicely. I'm really liking this. I think I'm going to do a bit of a deeper blue, honestly. That purple that we used up there, just a touch. I feel like we'll add a nice bit of dimension. And then once again going in with that blue, and I'm now applying a regular amount of pressure to blend that all together. Alrighty. Now, I think it's just time to get started on the background here, even though it does look very cute as is. Oh, the stems. The stems. Let me do the stems real quick. Let's do olive green. Alrighty, there we go. And I think I'm going to do the same thing I did here, just doing kind of like an ombre. Let me clean up some of my colors though. Alrighty. I definitely want to keep a lot of dark tones, but I think I'm also going to add a bit of dark green in here as well. Let's do some swatches on the back, just to see what goes well with one another. Doing that same kind of eggplant purple. This is indigo. Perfect mix of purple and blue. We also have tropical rainforest, which is more of a bluish green. Then we have pine green. I think I just need one more shade of blue just to go in between. Let's see. Is this gonna be too light? No, that's honestly kind of perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Indigo. I'm just trying to keep them organized with the colors that I have. Okay. Let's get started. I think I'm gonna do purple to green. I feel like that'll be a good contrast and everything, and kind of flipping that in a way. So starting with this no-name sort of eggplant color. I'm gonna rotate this so it's a bit easier for me. And just starting by kind of outlining the plants here. And I'm just doing small little swirling motions. And then applying less pressure as I go up so that it can blend into the next shade. on to indigo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm very happy with how this is coming out. I had a vision in my head before I started, and I'm glad it's coming to fruition. And then I'm almost done with indigo here, and then I'll move on to that next shade, going a bit more blue. Alrighty, I think we are about good with the indigo here. Just deepen it up a bit in some areas. And then let's move on to blue-green. This is very close to the robin's egg blue. Just a bit deeper, kind of more of like sky blue. And I think I'm going to bring the indigo up a bit more on that side once I'm done over here. Going back with indigo, just blending that in more. It's looking good. Let's move on to the next color, which is Tropical Rainforest. And now let's finally move on to pine green. And as we finish up here, I do want to say once again that I just posted a new video today. It is the start of spooky season in all of my Halloween videos, hence why we did more of a magical coloring page today. But it is a cosplay. If you like Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you will certainly like this new video. It's sort of a cursed cosplay. So check it out. It was a very fun video to film and edit and everything, and yeah. And also, if you enjoy Avatar: The Last Airbender, my next video will also have something to do with that. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Happy spooky season. Can I say happy Halloween yet? I don't know. Happy Halloween. But yeah, I want to thank you all for joining me, except Michael. Michael, you are yucky blucky. Yeah, I think he needs to go read his Bible. But yeah, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to the earth, and treat people the way you want to be treated. Use your voice, use your privilege, use your platform. Don't stay silent, and stay groovy. Thank you all for joining me today, and here is the final look at this little froggy terrarium. I am obsessed with it. This turned out to be so cute. Let's quickly date it. Today is 19th. Perfect. This turned out so cute. I'm obsessed. Alrighty. Be sure to leave a like if you like this and subscribe for more. This Friday we are streaming more of Papa's Hot Doggeria on Cool Math Games and new video. So yeah, be sure to check out your video. Love the drawing. Thank you. I hope you have a super wonderful day. I hope all of you do. And stay hydrated. It's toasty. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone.